Hello, I'm Joe.
Brigid.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, Joe.
Brigid, you know who we're with, right?
I do. It took me a minute, but then I was like, oh, right, yeah.
So tell me about your health journey.
Well, if you'd asked me 5 years ago, I would have said, I'm fine. Everything's good. And then both my parents got sick at the same time. My mom had the kindest heart and the greatest smile, and she lived for her family. My dad was really quiet to his friends, but he had a flip side because he was a bartender. So he knew how to engage and banter. My mom first got breast cancer in her late 40s, so they said, you better come home and be with her. And she ended up beating that, but 16 years later, she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And she knew what that meant. It's terminal, and she was just devastated. Dad had sinus cancer, which is not something most people have even heard of. It's really rare. He started his 6 weeks of chemo and radiation were basically the last 6 weeks of my mom's life. So that was the hardest part. And they were lying together, actually in this very room, we brought a hospital bed down here, and the kids would climb up carefully and cuddle them, and they'd take naps together and read. But I just remember walking, into my childhood home going, this cannot be real. They were really great parents. Life is short, and you really need to just cherish those moments with your family and loved ones.
How would you say that those couple of years changed you?
So I'm an only child, and I was their caretaker. And I was constantly managing my parents' hospital visits, their doctor's appointments, their medications. And I thought, gosh, I turned 40 and both my parents died. You can't make this up, it's ridiculous. And then I got diagnosed with breast cancer, 6 months into pandemic. Yet again, suddenly I was inundated with prescriptions and doctor's appointments. And I remember going back through it was the drive-through. They were like, you're back? And I was like, yeah, guess what? It's me this time, so.
How did Kroger Health help support you and your family through that time?
Thinking about Kroger, they were part of the team that helped us manage our lives. I've had so many medication changes, and they're always right on top of it. If I walk up and they say, you know what, this is really similar to this other medicine you have. Do you know, are you stopping taking this? Have you had any reactions? They know their medicines. And so just the kind of experience of going up and refilling a prescription has made me feel like I've got someone else on my team.
Yeah, so you feel like they look out for you.
Yes. Seems like I walk up there and it's usually my friend Connie, who's the farm tech, and I see her typing in my birthday before I get there, because I say it anyway, but she knows it.
That's awesome.
I'm up there quite a bit. It does make it it makes a trip to the pharmacy, which is usually a loaded trip because you're there for a prescription to fix a problem, and it makes that trip a little easier.
Yeah, that's awesome. I would say I rely on my team to help facilitate my success and be my best. How did Kroger Health do that for you?
They helped me keep everything straight in my head. There were so many medications and so many people getting medications. If they hadn't had that computer in front of them, I would not know what prescription I was picking up for whom, when to take. Yeah, I appreciated that a lot.
So what would you say to someone who's thinking about switching to Kroger Health?
I'd say you should definitely switch, because the pharmacists there they know your backstory. They're very thorough and they're kind, and they make you feel like they're part of the family.
Some days are hard to believe.
Yeah, this is very cool.
But at Kroger Health, care is real.